Hello, hello, hello. This is Misty Magdalena Grace with the new and improved version of Healthy and Wealthy and Wise, where we talk about spirituality, psychedelics, plant medicine, microdosing, and really that journey within to finding your best innate wisdom, to your best health, your best wealth through all sorts of inner child healing, trauma release, grief recovery, overcoming addictions, and working with the mind, the body, and spirit. So go ahead, leave a review, subscribe, download. We look forward to your feedback. Thanks for tuning in today. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. This is Misty Magdalena Grace with part 2 of a 3-part series that I kicked off earlier this week with my husband being on part 1. This is me, myself, and I for this part 2 about loving your body. February is the month of love, and no matter when you hear this, it's always a good reminder to love yourself. You can't really love others if you don't love yourself. And I learned that really it's kind of the core, I believe, the foundation of our lives. You know, many great teachers taught, love one another. The key, though, that I've discovered is without truly falling in love with yourself, you can't fully love other people. And in this age of Aquarius shift, in this ascension process in 2024, we've already seen people talking about how things are challenging, whether it's financially, whether it's health challenges, whether it's death of loved ones. And when you're going through a lot and there's pain and suffering involved, the best thing you can do is to love yourself. And so that's why I'm doing this 3-part healing journey. Part 1 was about marriages and couples, and how our couples, our partners in life, not just the marriage or your significant other or your dating partner, but someone in a friendship, someone who is a business partner. There's always these mirrors that come in, and they're really there to help us heal, to trigger us, to bring out the best and worst in us. That's what relationships are all about. And so you can go back and watch episode 1 if you want to go back and revisit that and learn a little bit more about what we discussed there, which was really about going within, for as within, so without. Our relationships are meant to trigger us so that we heal and we go inside. Today's about the body. And so you only get one body in this lifetime. Now, whether you believe in past lives or karma, it doesn't matter. You all can agree with me, right? You only get one body in this lifetime. My background, I was a marathon runner, an Ironman triathlete, a fitness coach. I actually coached over 10,000 people over 17 years with fitness, nutrition. I even knew better, but still, I took my body for granted. And I had a lot of injuries. I actually quit personal training because my body was starting to break down. I witnessed my father and other people in my life who, had knee replacement surgeries or, worked really, really hard and never really took care of their body in a nice preventative way. A lot of us, we go to the chiropractor or the massage as an example, if something's broken, right? Same thing with our cars. A lot of times, I just had this happen for me. I took my car in after it was overdue for an oil change, and guess what? It needed new brakes. That was a correction versus a prevention. So and some people take better care of their cars than their bodies. So we only get one body. If something happens, heaven forbid, if you get a dis-ease, I've had friends with cancer diagnoses, they know it really brutally honest truth of what they didn't heal, what they didn't feel, what they didn't name, eventually became cancer. I truly believe that we create and manifest dis-ease, physical pain, all of that to get our attention. Now, whether you agree with me or not, I hope you can agree with me on this. You only get one body in this life, and if you don't take care of it and treat it like the temple that it is, then you end up paying through the nose for it. This is called healthy and wealthy and wise for a reason. We do believe that if you don't take care of your health, your finances don't matter. If you're sick all the time, if someone, for example, I've seen a lot of people get sick lately, and they're sick for like 3 weeks at a time. I have a lot of thoughts around that. I do believe that this ascension process is causing a lot of free radicals and toxins and emotional purging, which brings stuff up for our body to process. And if you're not nourishing yourself, if you're not taking care of yourself and cleansing, guess what? It's going to cause some kind of sickness or some kind of disruption. It may also even cause an emotional disruption. I myself, the past 48 hours, have cried a ton, and I was able to process and get through it quickly. A year ago, not so much. I could have a whole week, sometimes two, where I wasn't very productive because my body wasn't receiving the love that it deserved in order to process through it. If you've witnessed some of these water experiments that have been really commonly talked about, where you have water in a jar, in two jars actually, in one you say loving things to it, kind things, and all of that, sing to it. It has a different crystal energy versus the negative jar, right? And our bodies are 90% water. So same thing. I'm going to give you mostly here my four tips to loving your body, things to be aware of. I'll give you some examples, but everyone's journey is different. I'm not here to say my way is right and your way is wrong or whatever. These are just to help get conversation starters going. This is going to be a short episode. And if you have questions, if you need support, let me know. If not me, I have so many resources, so many referral partners, so many different modalities to helping you. So step number one on my 4 steps to loving your body, and essentially loving your body means healing. I believe we all are innate healers when given the right tools and when we focus and commit to loving our body. So number one is, how do you release stuck energy? Number one, how do you release stuck energy? So a couple of thoughts on that. You can release blockages in your central nervous system or your chakras. These are, again, whether you agree with me or not, we have chakras in our body. We have a central nervous system. We all have a spine, right? And those are all in alignment with the chakras and then our central nervous system, which connects to our brain, our head brain, our heart brain, and our gut brain. And so if there's any blockages, like from grief around your heart, that can cause emotional pain, outbursts, things of that nature. In my case, I was so blocked around my heart, I couldn't even cry for like years. So I had a lot of blocked and stuck energy. So I had to work a lot with my heart chakra. I also had to work with a lot of, I do a network chiropractic was another one, acupressure, acupuncture, all of those things. Kundalini yoga are examples of how to cleanse and clear stuck energies. And step number 2 is, of course, how do you love your body so you can love your mind? So the mind, the ego, you might say things like, gosh, I'm fat. I can never lose weight, or I'm always angry. All of those types of thoughts and words influence your body. So I just read a great book again for like the third time, Atomic Habits. Thoughts are things, and for things to change, you got to consciously change your thoughts. So first step, of course, would be to be aware of these things that you say to yourself. And usually if you're saying it to yourself, you're saying it to others, right? So that impairs the relationships. But anyway, that we talked about that on the last episode. I won't go back that way. You can watch that episode. But ultimately, being conscious about your thoughts can help love your body. So if you say, I love you, body, first thing when you wake up in the morning, or even saying, I love the food. We'll talk about food later, but I love the food as I eat it and as it goes into my body. If you are conscious about your affirmations about yourself, conscious about your choices, that are the things that you put in your body, that's a conscious thing. So being able to use the mind consciously, and of course it helps to make the unconscious conscious. So that's where, if you want to include things like shadow work, um, uh, working maybe with a therapist, but probably more along the lines of shadow work and emotional release through the mind and the conscious choices, and helping your mind come from a more of a place of beingness and the feminine hemisphere of receiving intuition, listening to your body. All of that goes with the mind. And some might call it the body mind, depending on how you look at things. Some people say your intuition is in your gut. Some people say your intuition is in your heart, but it communicates with the head. You get like the sixth sense, right? I know that eating this is going to be a bad idea, or drinking this, or saying this, and just coming more from a place of unconditional love and acceptance, maybe even accepting, like I had to really accept that I overdrank for a really, really many years, actually, right? And I had to love and use the words like ho'oponopono, forgiveness, speaking them out loud, but again, consciously doing that. So making a concerted, conscious effort to be more kind to your body through your mind. Again, that was step number 2. Step number 3 is nourishing with good food, drink. I kind of alluded to that in step number 2. That's why it's following, but it is its own step. Is how do you love your body through your food, through your drink? How are you nourishing yourself? Are you cooking for yourself? Are you eating fast food? Are you eating fast and just snarfing food down and standing while you are driving while you eat? Those aren't healthy. It can create a lot of gut microbiome imbalance. That could be another thing, is how are you taking care of your gut microbiome through your food or supplements? Things of that nature. Are you nourishing your body? Also, another way of looking at that would be like Epsom salt baths. I'm talking more of the physical intake. Some people would even say that intake or consumerism, right? We've been programmed to over consume, not only in food and drink, and then you end up throwing away food, leftovers that you knew you probably should have eaten. So one of the things we did was we really changed when we recognized how many mummies we had in our fridge. And that wasn't loving our body, and it wasn't loving the environment. It wasn't being good to the environment and the food. So there was definitely some negative exchanges there. So loving your body through your food, to drink Epsom salt baths. Also exercise, any kind of stress relief, those things of how are you getting the energies out of your body, garbage in, garbage out. So another way of doing that could also be through a cleanse, fasting. As you know, I am a combo practitioner primarily because I wanted to be able to love my body once a month with the frog medicine to help me purge physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So I get all 4 of these tips today, by the way, are helping your physical, mental, spiritual, emotional health, which is all done through your body, right? We experience all of that through our body. The last thing I'll say is that spiritual component of, do you have a spiritual practice? Now, I'm not meaning about necessarily going to a church or a religion or even going to, a building. I'm talking more about your inner quiet and stillness, connecting with that inner spiritual nature, your inspiration, and honoring your body as that temple, as your own heaven within, if you want to call it that, and being able to really connect with that divine guidance, whether it's, you call it God, source, creator, whether you meditate, whether you pray, it's all beautiful in my book. It's just, are you taking time in the stillness every day to go inward and ask your body even, what is it that you want to do today? Or what is it that you need? And just sitting there and listening to your body, listening to your heart, being able to take time and listen to your higher self, that divine guidance within. It's all inside of our body. Whether you believe in 12 dimensions, whether you believe in heaven or hell, none of it's all perfect. No one's right or wrong here. I want to honor that. But at the end of the day, what has gone on inside oftentimes has been shut down, suppressed, numbed over, drank over, eaten over, social media over, overdoing over. So having that spiritual practice every day, even time in nature. Do you spend time in nature to enjoy the feeling of the dirt beneath your feet, the wind in your hair? All of that is meant for us to enjoy on this beautiful, abundant playground of Mother Earth. So in summary, I'm going to say those 4 tips again. And then I'll be done. Number one, how to heal and love your body, release that stuck energy some way, somehow along your chakras, along your central nervous system, rebalancing, recalibrating. I don't know if I said it, but breath work also can help with that as well. Healing through the body with the mind. How can you be more affirmational? How can you be more conscious? How can you be more aware, whether it's shadow work, journaling, having a coach or a mentor, a teacher, etc. Nourishing with good food, good drink, good consumeration of whatever you're consuming, through your eyes, through your mouth, in all capacities of our life, nourishing the body. And of course, last but not least, the spiritual practice, going within to find that stillness, to find the guidance, the wisdom. Healthy and wealthy and wise wisdom is a lot about going within to find all your answers instead of looking outside yourself, which is usually where we get into trouble. So feel free, if you enjoyed this episode, to hit the share button. Sharing is caring. I really appreciate you guys tuning in today. We have a word from our sponsor, and then I'll have one final closing.
Healthy and Wealthy and Wise is proudly sponsored by the Soul Vine, your number one go-to source for ayahuasca microdosing. This ayahuasca is legal. It is the Cappy vine. There is no DMT extract or molecule as a part of it, and it can and will transform your life from the inside out. Supporting the Shipibo tribe from South America, this is my go-to source for healing. Learn more at microdosingforhealth.com.
Excellent. Last but not least, if you are in need of assistance, if you're looking for ways to do all of this loving of your body and really struggling, maybe you feel stuck, maybe you've had a lot of health issues lately, maybe you've been feeling a lot of stress and anxiety, depression, gut health issues, any and all of it, I really encourage you to get in touch with me. Even if you're not local, go check out my combohealing.now.site and take a look at what is there for you, what's possible for you. I do have a sale that expires on Friday. If you're listening to this, as of now, it's January 31st. So the sale expires Friday night, but if you're wanting to buy 2 sessions, get one free with combo, you can use it anytime in the next 6 months to help you cleanse, purge, heal, feel, reclaim your truth, reclaim your body, love your body in the deepest possible way, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. So if you can go to that website, or if you want to text me at 612-799-8791 to book a free consultation, be happy to serve you. So stay tuned. Part 3, I will leave you wondering what part 3 is going to be. Part 3 will be coming to you probably Friday or Saturday of this week. Until then, please hit the share button if you found value in this show. Sharing is caring, as I always like to say. Until next time, here's to your best health, your best wealth, your best wisdom. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe, download, leave a 5-star rating or review, and also please refer this to a friend you know who may benefit from this inspirational message. We hope to see you again. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or join my Facebook community. And if you are looking to manifest your best health, your best wealth by trusting your best wisdom within, please go to my website, www.microdosingforhealth.com. Again, www.microdosingforhealth.com, to quiet your mind,